Hey gang, Kevin here, Life22, and we're live. Cool. Just need to slow down the CPU speed a little bit. She's going a little too fast. But so I'm running late, right? I know this is like a usual thing for me. Like we're running late, but it's been a busy June, right? So we ended last month, and I want to know how your Slay May went because I killed it. Got the backyard cleaned up, took care of a pile of code violations. You know, everyone's backyard has code violations, but I cleaned up a pile of them. Got the back of the house painted, finished the deck, for the most part. I mean, there's a couple of spindles on the handrail that are missing, but, you know, it's coming along. But we were able to get it up and running for the kids' joint birthday party. We do a big Memorial Day. Lachlan's birthday is on the 28th. Memorial Day's around that time typically, and Quinn's birthday is actually today. So shout out to Quinn. Happy birthday. Happy Flag Day. It's one of my favorite holidays. Nobody celebrates Flag Day like I do. So, and now I get to celebrate it with my daughter. So, so we do the Flag Day. But we usually do a joint birthday party. And this year we let each of the kids invite all their friends from their class, from kids they know from Y-Care, kids they know from church, kids they know from wherever, from the neighborhood, family friends, family comes in. And then Lennox is like 4.5, so like he's making a ton of friends in the pre-K, so we were like, well, invite your class too, and your friends from church, and yada yada. So it was like this just huge, like there was like 30 plus kids at our house in the swimming pool. Apparently they don't make a chemical that you can add to detect if like a kid peed in the pool. But they definitely there was definitely kids peeing in the pool. But yeah, that was I'm just exhausted today. So, but then we kicked it off the following week where we had a friend come and stay with the kids. So we could leave that weekend to go for my brother's wedding out in Maryland, and that was an adventure. And I was, you know, the older brother. I've been working on kegerators since I was like 16 years old, building them for underage parties, and so I got stuck on keg duty, and you know, bringing the tap system and tapping all the kegs and being the kegmeister general through both the rehearsal dinner to not the wedding and the reception, but then the after party after the wedding, and then yeah, so it's been one thing after another. But so this month's theme is coming to you a little bit late, but it's never too late, right? So I also want to give you guys an announcement. So my goal is to try to give you guys more content this month than I normally would. We have an election coming up. Early voting starts on Saturday. And I'll have some more like kind of tutorials, instructions for that. Plus I want to kind of give you guys like continuing stuff. So if you already watched the channel, you're already going to know some of this stuff. Some of it might be like repeats for you guys. It might be me breaking down some of my values. It might be me breaking down some campaign stuff that we need to go over. The website's up and running. Or it's in the process of being up and running, but it'll be running by Saturday. It's kevin-doherty.com, and we're hoping to branch it off till we have like, I don't know if we'll be able to do our own hosting for these so that we can, you know, in case YouTube ever cancels us or whatever. But so Slay May, I hope you killed it. Please write into the show, let us know. We also have this month's theme. I was going to do June-jitsu, right, like we've done every year, and you can still do June-jitsu. Or you can do June-ish, where you're the ish that you want to be. It's going back a few years. But this year I wanted to shake it up a little bit, especially because we did the jiu-jitsu tournament last month, and I just, with everything else I got going on between the campaign, I've got some business stuff going on. We had the weddings. I'm doing my Verse Golf tournament on Friday. Like there's just a whole pile of stuff going on this month, and I'm just not going to be able to go to jiu-jitsu. But the kids have been going, and that's important. Quinn is 8 today, so she'll be able to go tomorrow for a whole hour, which is kind of cool. And we celebrated her birthday tonight. But yeah, no, it's just one of those things. So this month's theme is Juniper. And I was thinking about it. At first, I wanted Juniper to be like, you know what? We do 3 months out of the year where we go sober, right? But I thought to myself, man, what if you just had like 1 month where you just like kind of like respected like a nice sunny day with a good like Tom Collins or some sort of a gin drink, and like just call it Juniper, right? So because gin is made from the juniper berries, and if you don't know that, and then I started thinking, well, we could let it be that way, or because like you have these like wicked pine berries, and then like that like you wouldn't normally catch people eating, and they can be used to make gin, which a lot of people think is putrid and tastes like pine sol. But just to take something like that and then just to create something out of it, I think is an awesome thing. And so like this is kind of like a creation June, right? So like if you're into crafts, if you're into making your own beer, if you're into like we have chickens and ducks, and we just had to take out, like that was my Sunday. I went flip chickens at the with the Hibernians for the Basilica Fest we had, and we help out the St. Mary's Basilica, and they have chicken barbecue, and we're the ones who operate the chicken barbecue and cook all the chickens for the church. Went and did that, and then I got out of there about like noon, 1 o'clock, and came home and killed a bunch of male ducks because they were just running in droves, just like doing unchristian things to the female ducks. And it's just like, and at first it's like, oh, that's nature, and then later on you're like, all right, this is getting cruel, there's too many males, like, whah. So, and we cut, processed, and gave away ducks. I had one. It was delicious. Made homemade stuffing, stuffed it, roasted on the grill, with a marmalade and mint sauce, with a little bit of garlic marinade. But, so I had a whole pile of eggs that we know for certain had been fertilized. And so I took them, and I got an incubator on Amazon, and it came in. And so earlier this week, I believe it was Monday morning before the kids went to school, we set a whole bunch of duck eggs on the incubator, which was very kind of cool because it was Tuesday. Yeah. So I had to heat it up Monday after work and let it heat up all night, and then we were able to add water to it and add the eggs to it, and now we've got a whole bunch of duck eggs in the incubator, and we're going through that process. So this is kind of a cool little thing, right? Like little ducklings, right? Give some away to friends or whatever, like, but it's one of those things. How much electricity is it really costing? Like $10. You know what I mean? And it's a great learning experience for the kids. And so if you know how to make something, make it. If you can share how you make something, share it. That's what I want Juniper to be. Not just drinking Tom Collinses and getting wasted on your deck. I want you to be able to say, okay, so like we raised a bunch of ducks. Like I'm not just going to like kill them and throw them in the garbage, right? Like we utilized them. We raised these ducks. They posed an issue. We solved our issue. We didn't let it become a problem. And, like, hey, we have a problem. We solved it. And here's our solution. And we're not letting things go to waste. And, like, I'm still eating part of the duck. And eventually I'll make soup out of it, too. Because I'll end up taking the carcass and throwing it in a pot of water with a bunch of other, like, rotisserie chicken carcasses and things like that I throw in the freezer. And once you build them up, I boil all the bones down into nice bone broth and soup stock and what have you. So there's a lot of different things that you can do just right around your house. And maybe you're really into the cooking stuff. Maybe you're really into agriculture. Maybe you have a garden. Maybe you want to teach your grandkids about gardening. This is the month to do it. We got sunflowers again. I haven't done sunflowers in like 5 years. We've got a whole batch of them growing on the front porch. Oh, they're going to be awesome. I'm going to have those kind of staged around different areas, and the missus has been growing flowers in the backyard, and it's just been a very healthy, calming, down to earth type of thing, and that's what I think is a good part about Juniper. And your Juniper could also include Junjitsu, because that is a craft all in its own, and you can go through and take part in that and still have a Junjitsu and a Juniper all in one. So it is all what you want it to be. Like I've said in the past, these life themes are not about me. They are, I mean, they're for me just as much as they are for you. Sorry, I forgot to change that date. They are for me as much as they are for you. But yeah, they're supposed to promote healthy living, better yourself. That's what the life themes are about, right? So, like, some of them are funny and goofy, and they kind of take the edge off a little bit, right? Like No Shave November, Sober October. There's clearly a healthy one. Juniper's a healthy one. Slay May. Come on, we need to get that motivation back up. Jump into January. Fit February. Come on, like. So, back to school September, jumping in, taking a role in your kids' lives, going back into some school in September. There's just all these cool different things. And, you know, some of them can be goofy. A lot of them are serious. And that's... If you watch this channel, like, what, 6 years ago? 2016, so we're talking 7 years ago? 2018, somewhere in there. Or 2016, 2015. There's just a lot of... There's a lot of growth. There's a lot of growth to this channel. I just wrote something for the paper the other day. And well, I'm in the process of writing. I got to submit it. But they, like... It's one of those things, like, you know, you start out like a goofy, like, new to being a dad. You know, you don't give a shit. You got that college mentality, the dark humor, like, you think it's funny, right, when you say it around your friends, and then you say it out here in the real world, and dead people that they're like, he's just a kid, right? Well, it's nice to see that in 7 years I'm not just a kid anymore, and I've got kids of my own, and they've changed my life, and now I'm here bestowing wisdom on you. Now I still have my, you know, my quirks and my immaturity moments. I'm not 70 years old, but I like to think that this is a nice path of growth, and I'm glad that you guys are on this journey with me. So I hope you have a great Juniper. We will see you guys again tomorrow. I'm going to try to bang one out in the morning. Otherwise, it'll be tomorrow evening. We've got a... I have a book review. I finished a book, and it's been like a week, and I haven't gotten to you yet. So I haven't even gotten to this theme until tonight. And so, again, because these videos are going to end up being a collection, you know, that, like, my kids will have access to even after YouTube is gone, you know, maybe even after I'm gone. And so, like, happy 8th birthday, Quinn. Shout out to you, baby. We'll see you guys next time on Life22.